All right, then we got a fresh day here on the Nasdaq. My buy is coming into today. I'm actually going to try and look for some longs, and I'm going to talk you through quickly why I'm going to be doing that. So after the Iran and USA peace talks news was released, we had a 4-hour fractal structure shift. So we now have 4-hour bullish structure. I am very much aware that you could argue, of course, that this was just a 4-hour liquidity grab of this internal liquidity, which I am aware of. And so I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a run lower. But we had this big, huge candle, broke 4-hour structure. And yes, we've taken this liquidity over here, but looking on the daily time frame where it's most clear, we still have all of these highs, these equal highs that have been building up, and I still see this as my target eventually. And so because we've had this change in chain breaking structure now, I'm going to be looking for long. So we had this big gap over here, which was about 420 points deep, or long, I should say, and we've retraced to 120 points, actually, matter of fact, 150 points. So we've nearly retraced 50% of this gap. And then coming into this morning, we had manipulation under the Asia low, and then we inverted this 1-hour fair value gap over here. Inverted this, we've printed a fresh 1-hour fair value gap. And as much as you can argue, then maybe this manipulation in London is trying to make people or trap the bulls. I am very much aware of that. So what I'm looking for to confirm my long bias is what I'd like to see at the open is a run on these swing points. We have already had a run on this swing point from London low, but of course it's too early in the day. It's only 8:15 EST for me to be trading, and if you look on the 5 minute, there is no entry model here anyway to get in on a long from this swing failure. So I'm not looking at that anymore. But if we did get a 5-minute entry model from here, then maybe you do have a move you could catch from this swing failure. But then after that, we have this Asia low down here. So what I'd like to see is a run on these lows, or a rejection of this low, or a run on this low, and then making sure that we respect this bullish fair value gap and that we don't inverse it, and then find a 5-minute entry model that can get into some longs towards maybe, I don't know, this previous day high or any of these swing highs above us. What would completely say to myself, okay, my bullish bias was wrong, is if we closed straight through these lows and we inversed this 1-hour fair value gap. Then that would make me say, okay, today I was wrong and it was too early to be looking for buys. But even if we come all the way down here and we close through these lows, and just for today's session we make a big move downward, I would still be fine having a bullish bias coming into the rest of the week, because the 4-hour low is right down here. So for us to have a change on 4-hour fractal structure, we would have to break this low down there. So that's why I'm going to be looking for longs, and I'm going to be banking on this as a change in momentum, and we can look for further longs up here. So that's what I'm going to be looking for today. Any runs on these two lows? I haven't really even drawn it out on S&P 500, but it's pretty much the same thing going on over here. There's nothing different about it, which is always nice. So when you see the two indexes working in sync with each other. So that's my game plan today. I'm going to be looking for some longs. But of course, I've got in place already where I've already defined in my head where my idea becomes invalidated. So I'll be looking to see what happens. We have another hour and 13 minutes until the open. So I'll be looking at 1 o'clock UK time or 9 o'clock US time to see if we've respected this fair value gap. And if we have, then that will be coming on to phase 2 of my plan, which is a swing failure pattern down here, or a confirmed swing failure pattern at the open from this London low. So that's my plan. Hopefully we get something good. Hopefully we get a little bit better price action than we have had recently. But otherwise, if we don't, I'll need to just remain patient